What's the deal, y'all? This is Isaiah Fowler, and this is the SWAV Division podcast, man. I'm about to just start putting out content, like more content and just like different content that's not, that doesn't have necessarily a framework. Cause I have like a lot of different things that I want to start really, sharing with you guys and putting y'all on game. So, yeah, I'm about to start getting on this whiteboard. I want to say this week or next week. So every Friday, be on the lookout for that. But yeah, y'all, this is a good episode today. I really want to talk about some stuff that you want to think about before you go into retail, or before you think about going into retail. And I'm making this episode because like direct to consumer is so powerful. A lot of times we think that we need to go into retail to grow when we don't, right? If you think you need to go into retail to grow, let's say you're doing $200,000 a year, you really just need to double down on your direct to consumer. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. A store isn't always gonna help you as much as you think. But I have a question for you guys, right? Everybody who wants to go into retail, I want you to ask yourself this question right here. You want to go into retail, right? That's everybody's dream. Cool. Ask yourself this. Is your supply chain ready? Simple question. Is your supply chain ready? Is your supply chain ready? Here's what I mean, right? Let's say you're doing, let's call it $250,000 a year, right? If you have an AOV of $40, that's probably a couple hundred orders a month, right? Because $250 is a little over 20 grand a month, right? So it just depends on what your volume is, what your AOV is and stuff like that. But let's just say your AOV is about $40. If you're doing 22,000, 25,000 a month and your AOV is $40, yeah, that's a couple hundred orders a month, right? So if you want to get into stores, is your supply chain ready? Because a store, they're going to be looking at it at a volume play. They may want, if you shipping out 200 orders, right? What if they want 10,000 units of one product? Can your supply chain handle that? Can your supply chain handle that? Right? If you're sending, like, think about this. If you're shipping out 200 orders a month, then you're producing your product, okay? You're producing your product. Do you know how much of each product that you can make per day? Do you know that? Or are you hoping for a retail order or a wholesale order, and then you're gonna go run and just try to make it as soon as you can? That's not business. That's hustling, right? That's the hustle mentality. To have long-term success that's sustainable, one must master patience. You don't want to get into a habit of, oh, somebody wants to do this? Okay, let me go do this. Somebody wants this? Okay, let me go do this, right? Let's just build the business methodically. Let's figure out of these 200 orders a month that we're getting, what product is selling the most? Now you go look at your production and you say, okay, how much of this product can we make a month? And then we break it down. How much of this product can we make a week? And then we break it down again. How much of this product can we or are we making per day? And that's just one product. But what if you have, let's say you have 5 to 10 products, and then you have variants of that product. So let's say 2 to 3 variants of each product. So if you got 10 products and then 3 variants, that's 30 SKUs. Are you able to produce at a level of scale, right? But the internet is empowering you to go directly to your consumer. And when you go into retail, it's gonna be work as well. That's like two businesses, like 2 jobs. Because most likely, the retail is gonna want you to move your product. So they're gonna be expecting you to leverage your customer base to go to the store to go buy the product, until that product is at a point where in the local area, people know about it, they know it's there, and it's self-sustaining. So what you'll see is if you do have brands that are in stores and they just launched, they kind of negate their own website sales for a small period of time. Maybe, 2 to 3 months. Just depends. And you also got to ask yourself, like, let's say it's a Macy's or, a Belk, or I think Target is the only like relevant brand per se. Like a Belk or a Macy's or something. If we look at the statistics, those brands are literally dying off. And so they're praying that brands like yours, little e-commerce brands, will save them. That's really what they're praying for. That's why there's all these initiatives to get product-based businesses that are good into these stores. Because people aren't going in to shop into like generalized stores. Customers and consumers want an experience, and they kind of want it tailored to the brand that we're living in an on-demand world right now. People want what they want, but they want it on demand. This is why we have YouTube and it's so powerful. People don't want to get on cable and just watch whatever is there. They want to actually go on a platform where they can literally type in what they want to watch and watch it. Right? So if that's the case, why don't you play that? Why don't you play that game? The internet is so powerful. I really want people to understand how powerful the internet is. The internet is more powerful than you think. And you can literally leverage the internet, this free tool, and become very, very, very wealthy. But it takes long-term commitment, it takes a little bit of sacrifice, and it takes a whole lot of patience. But a retail, it will not save you. It will only amplify what you have. If you have a bad supply chain, it's going to amplify that. If you have a great supply chain and a great brand, it's going to amplify it. But you can get to 10 mil off your website. I've seen it happen. I see it happening right now. No stores, no wholesale accounts, 8, 10, 9, 11 mil a year, right? You could go even higher. You could get to 15, 20 because the internet is that big. So before you go into retail or even think about going into retail, go back to this video and think about this stuff and ask yourself as well, am I giving it all I got in my direct to consumer portion of my company, in that leg? If you're not going all in on D2C, then like go all in on D2C first. Your margins will be higher as well because all the money is coming to you. If you have a product for $25, right? The store, you're going to have to sell it to the store for like $12 because they're going to have to sell the product for the retail price too. So instead of giving them, a product for half off, why don't you just sell your product for full pop? Or even if you do a discount, you're selling it for $18 or $20. That's still more than what the 50% off would be, you know what I'm saying, if you try to get into retail. Don't try to get into retail if you're not ready for it, because it's a different game. It's a way different game. You could really, really, really get a lot of money off your website if you just double down on your website, double down on your website, double down on your brand, double down on your brand, double down on content, double down on your strategy, double down on your strategy. All these things are important. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Before you think about retail or get into retail, go watch this. Please, 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 please. And really think about this. Don't just skim over it. No, think about this, because this is real stuff right here. This could really save your business. Like, seriously. So that's what I wanted to say. Every Monday and Tuesday, we got some heat for you coming on this YouTube channel. And also every Friday, we about to start having whiteboard talks, if you will. We about to start really, talking about some stuff on the whiteboard. So I'm excited about that. So always remember, everything starts with a vision. And I will talk to you guys on the next episode. Peace.